So it's been 24 hours that I switched over to the S23 Ultra. Boom. Nice, and this is a nice design. I already ordered my case and screen protector and everything because I do not want to mess this up. So yes, I did change my number over to from the iPhone 13 Pro. Now most YouTubers, they have two phones. You know, I can't afford to have service on both phones, so I'm cheap over here. So that's why it's it's the S23 for right now. And I'm going to go over my first impressions on, you know, switching over to the S23 or the Android platform once again after 10 years of using the iPhone. I've been with iOS for the past close to 10 years. It's been since the iPhone 5S, I believe, and it's just been easy. It's been a really good 10 years. I don't have any complaints about the iPhone experience. It's great, but I've always wanted to go back to Android because they make great phones, especially Samsung, the Google Pixel lineup. 24 hours. It's been 24 hours. The good thing about I don't know if this is only for the Samsung lineup, but whenever I was setting up the phone, it did ask me if I wanted to transfer my stuff over from the iPhone via cable, or I could. And what I actually did is they gave you an option to sign into your iCloud and download it from there. So I thought that was pretty neat. So Android is doing everything that they can to make the transition over to Android a lot better. So that's really helped me out a lot. So I have notes here. That I have been using the S Pen, and honestly, I really like it. Like, I like to write things down. I like to have that old school type of, you know, just writing things down. So it's been a really good experience so far. So I'm going to pull up my notes here, and these impressions are not in order. The first thing that I can talk about is the customizability of the Android or the S23. I mean, the iPhone, there's not really much you can do to the home screen. Typical just icons there, a few widgets that you can maybe interact with, maybe you can't. It's a hit or miss on that, and that's pretty much it. You can't do too much on the home screen, and it's just very plain and simple. Whereas the S23 here, I did install the Nova launcher because I'm a really big fan, and you can do literally anything. Like, this animation is a cube animation. You can't do that on the iPhone. It's just, you can't. And you can put your widgets wherever you want. If you want it down here, if you want to resize it, if you want to add another home screen, you can literally do anything and everything with this phone. You can customize your lock screen. You can customize the colors up here. I mean, it is insane. You can do anything with this phone, literally. And we've already talked about the S Pen. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I really love how you can write things down at any given point. You take it out, start writing things down. You can control the camera with the button on the pen. That is very useful. I've been using it, and I really love the features. I don't know too much about the features. I'm still gonna look into it, but that's what I've noticed in the past 24 hours. So I do miss the silent button on the 13 on the side here, and the buttons. I've gotten really used to it. It's muscle memory, pretty much. I tend to start, you know, trying to turn the volume down with the side buttons on the left on the iPhone, but on the S23 they're all on the right side, and there's no toggle that you can use to go into silent mode or anything like that. So I do miss that from the iPhone. It's something to get used to, but that's something that I wanted to point out. And a lot of people keep saying that Android is more complicated. I would say it's a lot more fun. There's so many things that you can do, so many things that Android has to offer. So I wouldn't say it's more of a pain and complicated. I would just say it's more creative and more fun to deal with. But that's just me. Now, there are two things that I'm going to miss from the iPhone. One is FaceTime. The other one is AirDrop. Now, AirDrop, I do use it a lot because I do film a lot of content, and I edit it on my Mac, and I airdrop it to my iPhone. It's very nice and simple. If I did have a tablet or a Samsung tablet, I would be able to do it with that on the S23, but I don't have that, so I have to still airdrop a lot of the stuff. And I still have my iPhone 13, so it's not that bad. The smoothness is honestly a tie, because the iPhone 13 with its chip, it's very smooth. The ProMotion, which is pretty much the 120 refresh rate on the S23, it's very smooth. Both are very buttery smooth. I've been using the S23 and I have not encountered any hiccups. The Snapdragon does a really good job on having everything being very buttery smooth. It has enough RAM, it has enough storage, so the smoothness is honestly a tie. I almost forgot about this that I love on any Android phone, is the ability to swipe on the side of the screen to go back. Every time that I use it is just very just handy. It's very useful. I love that about the S23. With the iPhone, you have to reach over and go back, or go to the home page and things like that. But with the S23, you only swipe either on either side. Honestly, you can do on either side. You just swipe on the screen, on the edge of the screen, and it'll take you back. That's very useful. I love that on any of the Android devices. The apps are about the same, because both phones are very smooth. They are honestly about the same speed, about the same quality, about the same everything. I can't really complain on any. I haven't ran into any hiccups on any apps at all. So the apps are not really different, honestly. I mean, the quality might be different, and you guys have seen all of the videos with the social media and things like that. I will be making a part 3 if you guys are interested in watching, so that will be coming out soon. But as far as navigating the apps, as far as opening and closing the apps, they're about the same. So those are my first impressions of going back to Android using the S23 Ultra. If there's any other things that I'm missing, please let me know, but I will make a 1 month review after using it for 1 month, so that'll be where I kind of nitpick things here and there. But for the first 24 hours, it's been a great experience, and I don't really miss iPhone as much as I thought I would. Just AirDrop is the only main thing that I do miss, but other than that, I really don't miss the iOS system. I'm pretty happy with the S23 Ultra for now. And if you were debating on switching and how hard it's gonna be or what you're gonna miss, it's honestly a personal preference. So if you guys want to switch over to the S23, I think this is the best phone to do it with. There's a lot of other budget-friendly phones out there, but I don't know how it would perform as far as smoothness. But the S23 is honestly one of the best phones that you can get in 2023. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in for another video. Help me get to 1,000 subs on the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. We will see you guys in the next video.